we suffer from identity dispossession, and we sponsor the eradication of this identity to the government. I mean, we don't have a national identity, so I think it's really important for us to, as young people, to figure out for ourselves what our identity is as South Africans, and subsequently, what our role should be in driving change. We need to grapple with the facts and collectively discuss and work out the answers ourselves. We need to drive the discourse around change. So we need to drive the discourse around issues that affect us as young people and collectively implement solutions to social problems. We as young people can no longer be at the receiving end of our own lives. I'm a second year, I don't even know if it's first year activator, second year, but this is my second year with Activate. And one of the biggest lessons I took from the program last year during the trainings was the importance of doing a thorough analysis of what the problem is before jumping to solutions. And that came up a lot in the conversations we had around the tables as well. I learned how easy it is to come up with the wrong diagnosis and therefore the wrong prognosis. And this is one of the problems I think we struggle with as a country at the moment. We have gotten to a point where solutions have become more of a problem than the actual problem itself, because we do not take the time to thoroughly understand what the problem is. And it is very dangerous to come up with the wrong diagnosis, because sometimes, if not all of the time, people get killed by the prescription and not the illness itself. It is for this reason that I'm here today without any solutions. I don't have any solutions. I think it is more important for us we need to stop and think for a moment. I think we need to just stop and pause and think. If you look at the shocking conditions people live in, the poverty, unemployment, you will see the economic warfare. If you look at the number of people who have been taken to the streets, you look at Marikana, look at the textbook saga, look all around us, and you will see the political warfare. We need to very quickly realize that we are in a crisis as a country, and this crisis affects us directly as young people. Now, I think one of the problems is that what government has created with its structures, policies, and development plans is that it's promoted individual escape routes from social problems, and the delusion that if one grabs enough money, he can individually buy his way out of all his problems and discomforts. Now, this has subsequently given a materialistic measurement to development, where government prides itself on the few young people's businesses or organizations they have funded. Now, I mean, this room is filled with amazing young people that do amazing work in their communities. I mean, Cindy, Andile, and a lot of my other fellow activators here, they do amazing young work in their communities. And this is, quite frankly, what gives me hope for this country. But we need to capitalize on our numbers as young people and work on a national scale to bring about structural changes. And the population of South Africa is 60% young people, or thereabouts, but this alone is nothing to be proud of. Large numbers made of people who are unproductive is not an asset. Our numbers need to work for us. We need to capitalize on them to drive change. We need to create an identity for ourselves, be at the forefront of everything that is youth-related. We need to occupy the right spaces. We need to go back to the drawing board, re-examine our situation, take out our concept cards, activators, and dialogue around these issues. We need to grapple with the facts and form an ideological base to inform our actions. Now, the question was, what can government do to best support young people to drive change? We are a country that supposedly works on representation, and we young people make up about 60% of that population. Simply put, government needs to create space for young people to take charge. It needs to loosen its grip and let young people take center stage.